I'm wearing makeup today, which half of you probably don't notice. And some of you, if you have very good eyesight, you're probably thinking, her makeup doesn't look very good. And then there are also some of you who just plain don't care. But this is a big deal, very big deal for me, because for the majority of my life, I couldn't wear any makeup. I was born with extremely severe eczema. Exactly how severe it is, let me just describe. Basically, when I go to dermatologists, they would gather all of their colleagues to come see me, like I was a zoo animal. And they even told me that I just looked disfigured. And I knew that because that's how I grew up, so I always hated how I looked. And you would imagine I must be bullied at school, but that actually never happened. And my theory is that people could tell that I was miserable enough just by all the open wound on my skin. So they didn't want to contribute to my misery by making fun of me. But occasionally, people would get curious and they would ask, they want to know how I feel. Does it itch? Does it hurt? And I always just try to brush them off and tell them, oh, I'm doing okay. It doesn't itch, it doesn't hurt that bad. And the truth is, I feel very comfortable lying to people because I don't think people need to know how I feel. But now that I just mentioned this to you, I'm sure some of you still want to know how I feel. So how about this? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a sunburn? Or have you ever had an allergic reaction to poison ivy? What about, have you ever had a chemical peel? Or better yet, have you ever felt ugly? And now combine all those experiences, just smash them all into one, and imagine them become the baseline of your experience in life. And every stranger who has ever met you remembers you as the girl with bad skin. Now let me ask you, how do you feel? Does it itch? Does it hurt? The fact is, you probably would try not to feel. You probably would try to pretend like you don't even have a body. And sometimes you probably wish that you were dead. And now that I got you all feeling sorry for me, I think you understand why I'm so comfortable with lying to people about how I feel. Nobody needs another party pooper, right? Stop being nosy, okay? So, for many years, I tried to distract myself from my physical suffering by focusing on other passion projects. I got a great college degree. I built a successful business. I kept learning, I kept trying new things, accomplish new things, because every time I accomplished something new, I feel powerful. It made me feel like I was not defined by my body. But then, the more I accomplished, the angrier my skin became. Sometimes it would get so dry, it would bleed, it would crack and flake, and sometimes it would blister and ooze from the inflammation. I felt gross, and I looked gross, and I felt even worse. And I tried everything. I tried steroids, light therapy, elimination diet, all natural supplements, organic moisturizers, energy healing, whatever you can think of. I even tried manifestation, right? I would close my eyes and visualize myself putting makeup on my skin, on my flawless glass skin, and I imagine myself feeling so happy because I'm so normal. But none of those I tried worked. Nothing worked. Nothing was able to heal my skin completely. And it only made me feel more confused and frustrated. So I look myself in the mirror and I ask my own reflection, what do you want from me? I tried everything. Why won't you just heal? And that sad little girl in the mirror looked at me and smiled. I just want to be loved. Will you still love me if I always look like this? And her words hit me like a brick because I knew I couldn't say yes. I thought I had given my skin everything, but the truth was I never loved her. My body went through all kinds of trauma for me, and I never thanked her even once. The only thing I kept doing was to keep demanding, keep asking. Why can't you just be normal? Why are you so gross? Why are you so ugly? Why do you keep dragging me down? Why won't you heal? And it turned out my real problem was not my imperfect body. My real problem was that my body was not enough for me. My deepest suffering was not caused by my skin condition, but by how I talked to myself over and over and over and over, tens and hundreds and thousands of times when my body was just trying to survive. I don't need other people to bully me to feel miserable. I was my biggest bully. And when I realized that, I put my palm up on the mirror, touching my own reflection, and I promised her, let's start over. I will love you no matter what. I will love you if you heal, and I will love you even if you don't. My body didn't heal right away, but my heart did. I was finally at peace in my own skin. And then, many years later, I'm standing here in front of you tonight, finally able to wear makeup like I once visualized. Thank you.